I'm going to shift gears here a little bit and talk about the impact aspect of the tower, but from a slightly different angle than what you've heard to this point. And I'm going to begin by asking you, everybody, to just spend a second or two and ask themselves, would they believe our most valuable natural resource is in Huerfano County? And the centerpiece of this scenic beauty is the Spanish Peaks. I mean, does anybody think that the land values in Veta and the tourist trade would be as it is if we were sitting in the midst of a flat plain with no mountainous terrain for 100 miles around?
We also have to guarantee that the county commissioners understand the implications of this tower and what can happen to their political careers with, acceptance and approval of this conditional use permit. Bob Kennemer has been kind of in charge of public relations for us and trying to get the word out beyond the scope of the Veta.
I like to think of myself as the minister of propaganda rather than...
The situation is that there is a need to enhance telecommunications in this area. Everybody agrees on that. I know of no one who wants to prevent enhanced telecommunications. We have two choices. We have a 180-foot cell tower that will obscure our view of the Spanish Peaks as well as views from all through the area of the Spanish Peaks. That may solve the problem. We don't know that. The applicant has never provided any information as to what it will or will not do. And we have an alternative proposal to the town of Veta, which says that they could provide panels and newer technology that would be positioned directly adjacent to this tower on our town water tanks that will basically solve the same problem. They cannot guarantee the coverage totally, but they can guarantee parts of it. They said until we install it, we don't know exactly what it will cover, but they can guarantee it will improve things significantly. That money would go to the town for the leasing rights of our town water tanks at $750 per month per tank. And so I'd rather see that money go to our town and to the citizens to improve telecommunications than going into the pockets of someone who ultimately doesn't care and really just wants to use the money for personal gain as opposed to improving the community.
How are we going to get the commissioners informed? They won't come to a meeting, and all this information, they're not going to research it, I guarantee you. And we already know what Scott King's answer is.
Right.
I have a suggestion for the people of Veta regarding Scott King.
What's that? What's your opinion?
I think the man will be removed.
Right, right. And he is up for re-election.
Yes.
The county commissioners, they meet every Wednesday, and the Wednesday the 17th at 10 o'clock is the last meeting prior to the 19th, where they will be taking public comment up until the 19th. So myself and another citizen of Veta, we have been gathering signatures from the local businesses to show opposition to the tower. And we want to present that to the commissioners at that time to let them know that this is, it's not just a security issue in the area as far as they relate cell phone service as a security issue and a safety issue, but it's an economic issue. And if right now we have 39 businesses that are opposed, and they're storefront businesses as well as contractors and studio artists, and so they're not all on Main Street, but they bring they boost our economy, and they're opposed to the tower because that would not support and enhance our economy.
Well, who is for the tower?
I don't know. I've been on the streets for the past 2.5 weeks talking to people, visitors and residents and business owners, and I ran into 2 people who are adamant that we need the tower, even if it was planted on Main Street, is what they said. The tower, I don't know if you've been told that the tower technology is actually obsolete and older than the panels that would be placed on the tank.
So the whole notion of the panels being put on the tanks, have that been formally proposed?
Oh yeah, to the town of Veta. Yeah, the town of Veta has accepted the application for the panels on the tank. And and they have written a letter to the county commissioners to ask to stop any further involvement with the tower and to consider this option. Because one, it would not obstruct the views of the peak, and two, the revenue would come to the town, which would be much more beneficial.
So what's been the response to the town of Veta?
I know there was a special meeting held with a representative from our town board, Dawn Blanken, and she went and did a special presentation to the county commissioners. I believe it was behind closed doors, so it wasn't a public meeting, so I don't know what came of that, but I know that she's going again, I believe, on the 17th to also.
We had a public hearing scheduled for this, as an example, for this event. There was a public hearing scheduled. It turned out that the applicant for this tower did not do everything properly and legally, so they canceled the public hearing. Then it was decided by our Planning and Zoning Commission to not have a second public hearing, even though initially they were going to. And I guess that's the problem. Plus, these hearings are held in the daytime when the average citizen cannot attend. And that also bothers me, is that to me those are all done, they're either done out of ignorance or they're done out of knowledge that it's better that we don't have input, because we don't want to have the average person coming and providing input, because we don't want to hear it. We want these things to slide through. And that's the concern, you know, is that they're not really being transparent, they're not really involving the public. And of course, that's my profession, is public involvement, and that's why I really am supportive of it, is that I strongly feel that the citizens should be given every opportunity to voice their feelings and interact with their elected officials, and we're not given that.
Most cell phone companies who are tower builders who are working huge, have these balloons by the cases, and they're putting them up on the side. You know why they didn't put it up on the side? Because everybody in the town would have said, crap! So they chose to ignore a vital construction ingredient.
Well, actually balloon tests are a pretty common way of figuring out the height of potential tower installations. So I've been flying a large weather balloon to 180 feet, and this has allowed people to see where the where the tower top will be visible from around town.
What do you think about all this stuff?
I think I should reserve my comments for a official meeting.
Oh, are you an official?
I'm on the Planning and Zoning Commission.
So what does the planning board do?
We make recommendations on issues like this to the Board of County Commissioners.
I see, and that will all happen on the 24th when they end up having their vote?
We will make the recommendation on the 23rd.
Oh, the day before their vote. I see. Well, good luck. Thank you. What's your name again?
Edmondson.
What's your first name?
Lewis.
Louis Edmondson, and you're from where?
I live east of Walsenburg.
Okay, well, great. Thank you.